Are you a Beatles fan? What would you do if you woke up one day and you were the only person in the world that remembered the Beatles songs, and you were a musician? Would you play them? Would you make them your own? Would you want people to hear the songs? How would you do it?
Imagine if you weren't a musician and you were the only one, and you're like, look, I have all this great catalog, but I just can't sing at all.
The movie is directed by Danny Boyle, and it also, by the way, one of the reasons you go to this movie is for the
Beatles.
Yeah, well, of course, but the chemistry between Hamish Patel and Lily James.
Yeah.
Now, Hamish Patel.
So I didn't see this movie. I don't know if we pointed that out.
No, yeah, you haven't seen the film yet.
I haven't seen the film.
Well, you saw Annabelle, and the review for Annabelle will come out.
Yeah, we had to split that night, and I was very, very disappointed. Because, look, I like seeing Annabelle and the scares and all that stuff, but I am a huge Beatles fan. It's been a big part of my family's history. Right. And wanting to see this movie, this is like one of my most anticipated of the year once I found out it was coming out. And so I'm very curious on two fronts. I want to know if it's a good movie and a good watch, like a fun kind of jolt or whatever the thing is. But I also want to know, if you're a hardcore Beatles fan, are you going to be happy watch this movie, or are you going to be is it weird that nobody else knows who the Beatles are in this film?
I think the hardcore Beatles fans, there's a couple of different emotions you're going to go through. The first is, I wish they would have played that song because they have such a big catalog.
There's so many.
So many. But it's great to hear the Beatles play, right? I wanted this movie. The premise of it is amazing. I wanted this movie to be great, and I wanted to love it.
Okay.
It turned out to be good, and I liked it.
Okay.
Because I think that as far as an overall actor, I think Hamish Patel's great. I think that it's also, anytime you sing the Beatles songs, you're going to get compared to the Beatles in general. He's really good.
From the ad I saw, it seems like he's pulling
Ed
this off really
Sheeran
well.
is incredible in this movie too. He's really good.
Ed Sheeran's in it?
He's got a big part in the movie.
He's got a lot of tattoos. You see those
he does, and they talk about it actually too in the movie. But he's really good in the movie too. And then I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who plays Hamish Patel's friend and roadie, Rocky, steals the show. And this is this thing that I have to make a point of.
Is it Ralph? Ralph Biscuits?
No, it's not Ralphie B. But what it is that a lot of these characters, some humor infused in this film.
You got to be.
And when it's done well, it's like real characters the real people who have this humor that you feel like, okay, like this guy Rocky, he's like, you've seen guys, he's a stoner, and he hits these lines and it's really funny. Kate McKinnon is completely out of.
You never cared for her.
I care for her in Saturday Night Live.
You never cared for her in movies. She's in the film, really.
Here's the problem: is that she's never a real character, and this is Danny Boyle's fault too, because Danny Boyle must really love her and say, just do what you do. And every time she's in the movie,
took you out of it, huh?
Completely, because I just feel like that's not a real person. Everybody else is a real person in this movie with humor. She's the only person that's not a real person. She's making faces and she's throwing jokes. She's never real. She never has real conversations. It's always going for the bit, and it takes you out of it.
I'm a lot warmer to her on the big screen than you are in past movies.
I don't think it'll bother you as much. I mean, it bothered the hell out of Roxy in it.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if I'm getting into this premise, like, I want to buy into this premise, and once I get into this, whatever this, crazy world we live in, where the Beatles, nobody remembers them.
Right.
Do they not exist? Or do people not remember them?
The band doesn't exist.
The band doesn't exist.
The band doesn't exist.
So, yeah, if I do the mental work, the mental gymnastics to get into that mode, then you're right. I don't want to be taken out of the movie.
Yeah, and maybe you won't be. Maybe you'll get over it. Some people some people it bothered, some people didn't. But it doesn't ruin the movie. It just you want to get to the next thing. But it's just the ending of the movie. I think to me was most disappointing because it's predictable and you know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But the dilemma is there also too for this guy. It's like,
I love the artist struggle.
Yeah, but that's what it is, because he's a really good musician that just can't pop, and then he's the only guy that remembers the Beatles, but he's going through the struggle. He feels like a fraud,
I mean, that's why I really want to watch this movie and explore what he's going through, because
it's a good watch.
Just as a comic, it's like imagine if George Carlin never existed.
I thought exactly what I thought.
And if I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Not even for a set going up and being like, oh, it's a Carlin bit, but I can do it.
But here's the dilemma of it. The dilemma is that side of it, to where you feel like you're taking somebody else's stuff. But the other part of that dilemma is, but no one's going to be able to experience this.
And I think that's paramount with the Beatles.
Yes.
Even more so than any stand-up comedian has ever lived.
Right.
People gotta
hear
how good it feels to hear the Beatles.
So there's some cool, unexpected twists. There's some different things that happen. But then I don't know. It just didn't. It never got the magic there. But I think as a Beatles fan, you absolutely should see this movie in the theater, so I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5 stars.
All right. I wish I had a score. I am going to go see it this weekend because it opens this weekend in theaters nationwide. So
well, there you go.
Looking forward to yesterday.
All right. So if you're brand new to this channel, please subscribe. Check that out
yesterday,
for sure.
tomorrow.
Waiting for one of those jokes. We also do a movie trivia show on this channel. It's kind of our main bread and butter here too. Check it out. You know movies? You think you know movies? Well, go and check out some of our seasons. Many seasons. We've done 6 seasons. We're in the height of season 6 right now. Make sure you check it out. Learn some of the characters and watch this. Boom. That's where it is. Over here? No. Over there.
No. Yeah. It's on your left.
It's over here. So right over there, you're going to get some of the movie review trivia matches that we do.
Yeah, that's movie review trivia matches.
Movie trivia matches that we do. Right there are the movie reviews. And then T-shirts. We sell a whole bunch from TeePublic. Get them right here. Thanks, Mark, for joining me.
Hey, you make all my troubles seem so far away.
Yeah, get out of here.